Hi, my name is Megan Kondrachuk. I'm an attorney here at the Law Office of Sean Kendall, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the VA's combined ratings table and what that means for your total VA rating. We get a lot of questions about VA math. A lot of people just assume that when you get your individual ratings for different conditions that the VA adds those ratings up to get your total rating, but that's not the way the VA determines your total rating. The way that VA does that is by using this combined ratings table, which I've included here for your reference. The easiest thing to do is, if you want to find out your combined rating, is to go to a combined ratings calculator online. You can just find one of those by Googling VA combined ratings calculator, and there are some good sources that have accurate calculators where you can insert the type of disability. So you'll want to mark if it's a right or left arm disability, for example, and then put the rating in. The combined ratings calculator will generate the total rating. That's a lot easier than using the table, but I did just want to show you the table in case you're interested and you don't trust the calculator. You can always go to the table and figure it out for yourself. So the way the table works is you'll see you have this column on the left-hand side that includes a bunch of numbers, and then the top column that has numbers by 10. You'll order your disabilities in the order of their severity, starting with the greatest severity. So let's say you have a 60% disability, a 40% disability, and a 20% rating. So you'll start with the 60% rating. You'll go on the left-hand side to 60%. You'll follow that over to the column that has the 40%, and you will follow that down to whatever the number is. And here that's a 76% rating. Now, practically speaking, that would be an 80% rating with the VA. So if it was 75 or above, it would get rounded up to 80%. So if it's 65 or above, it would go up to 70%. It's always going to be an even number. You would never have a 76% rating with the VA. So, but now that we've combined the 60% and the 40% rating, we still have our 20% rating to consider. So now we've got 76. So we'll go down to 76 here on the left-hand side, and then we'll combine that with the lowest rating, which is our 20% rating, to get 81%. So in this circumstance, the 20% rating doesn't change the fact that the veteran would still have an 80% rating for VA purposes. Even though it's now 81%, 81 gets rounded down to 80%. So there is a fair amount of math involved. I do recommend using one of the combined ratings calculators if you can find one of those online. But this is also a way to figure it out. And it's just important to remember that when you're looking at what your future rate of compensation might be if an additional rating is granted, you don't just want to add those individual ratings together, because it will give you an inaccurate picture of what your rating will be. And with the way the combined ratings table works, the closer you get to 100%, the harder it tends to be to get there with the way the VA math works. So just know that if you're getting close to 100%, say you're at 90%, but looking at this table, your actual combined rating is like an 87, it's going to take you a good amount of additional ratings to get to that 100%. So it's definitely something to keep in mind.